PS3 games are going to be compatible natively to PS5. Yep, you heard that right. A dream of mine that has been lurking for the past 4 years is finally coming true. Now, this is very special to me because my first ever console that I ever got in my life at 6 years old was a super slim PS3 with Cars 2 the video game, because you know I'm a massive Cars fan, so especially as a kid, so obviously I got that game, and I have vivid memories of playing the first track and just absolutely screaming my head out that I couldn't get the controls right. Oh, the good old days. But now it looks like I'm going to be able to relive that experience, but this time I'm going to be just a little bit rusty, because there was a time when before my PS3 broke, I was the master of the game. But so I might be a little bit rusty when I play this again on PS5, if it gets ported natively, along with a couple other games that I want to play on the PS5 again. So let's read this article from Game Rant and see what's up. It's been a while since we've read an article, so let's jump into this. So we have a rumor: Sony may be working on native PS3 backwards compatibility. You absolutely love to see it. So let's read this thing. Sony could be working on a solution to make PlayStation 3 games natively playable on PS5 consoles, according to recent claims made by a reputable insider. Despite some of Sony's latest efforts to remedy the issue, the PS5's underwhelming backwards compatibility has been a consistent point of criticism for the otherwise impressive current-gen consoles, in large part because most games from previous PlayStation generations, from the PS4 era, aren't playable on the PS5. If this rumor is to be believed, though, then Sony might finally fix one of the biggest flaws with its current hardware offering by providing native support for PlayStation 3 games on PS5, which is an absolutely amazing thing to do, and hopefully this rumor is a reality. Hopefully. Although Sony does sometimes add ports of older PlayStation games to PS Plus Premium Classic Catalog, I will say I've tried that. It doesn't work, guys. The only thing you have, if you need to have like the fastest Ethernet on the planet for that thing to work. If you're just on Wi-Fi, no matter how strong your Wi-Fi is, that does not work. And I know that because I tried playing Cars 2 the video game and Toy Story 3 the video game on the PS Plus Premium, and it did not work. Like, not one bit. So yeah, the PS Plus Premium Classic Catalog. The PS5's backwards compatibility still leaves a lot to be desired. After all, the large majority of PS1, PS2, PS3, PSP, and PS Vita games are not playable on modern PlayStation platforms. In fact, the titles from those console generations that can be played on Sony's latest hardware often come with some caveats. For one, their classic games are only available digitally on the platform, meaning that the original physical copies of these titles aren't supported on the PS5. Additionally, in the case of PS3 games, gamers need to be persistently connected to the internet to play them on PS5. And even that does not work, like I just told you guys, as they're only available via cloud streaming. I don't care how fast your internet is. That thing does not work at all. While PlayStation owners might not be able to insert and run their PS2 disc on their PS5 anytime soon, they may soon have the ability to play PS3 games on Sony's modern consoles without having to stream them through the cloud. That's at least according to the credible insider, that username. I'm not going to try to read that. Something Nick. Something Nick. Who alleged on the latest episode of the Xbox Air podcast that Sony is reportedly planning to make PS3 games natively playable on the PS5. First of all, what a weird place to announce that in. You announced a PlayStation thing on the Xbox Era podcast. That's so strange to me. The reputable leaker sources apparently told them that Sony is working on select PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility for the PS5. Apparently this is another thing. Maybe there's a list of games we need to look at. The word select in this context seemingly indicates that Sony will individually handpick some PS3 titles to make playable on the PS5, similar to what Microsoft did with the backwards compatibility on their Xbox consoles. When this was mentioned, a chat member from the livestream podcast brought up the idea that PS3 games potentially having their frame rate and resolution boosted on the PS5. However, when asked, Something Nick said that he wasn't exactly sure about the specifics. And apparently he said, I didn't get any more details than that. Will it have an frames per second boost? I've got no idea. All I heard was that Sony's working on selective PS3 backwards compatibility. And here we have a picture of the PS3 Slim. I wish I had the PS3 Slim growing up. I had the Super Slim, but I wish I had the Slim growing up because but then again, I got used to the fact that I had to use that closing, sliding, opening door, And, you know, then when I got my Wii, and then no, I did not get a Wii. I got a Wii U, but I used the Wii first before the Wii U, before I had that. And you know, then I got used to the gloriousness of automatic disc drives. But yeah, there are many great PS3 exclusives that are sadly trapped on the 18-year-old console. This thing is 18 years old, guys. In November, this thing is turning 18 years old. I am PS3 years old. So yeah, games like Infamous, Metal Gear Solid 4, and Killzone 2. Being able to play these games natively on the PS5 would be a dream come true for many PlayStation fans, so hopefully this rumor does end up being true. I mean, I hope so. I really hope so. So, I know I said we're going to read one article today, but we're going to apparently read two. But this one was posted in 2020, so I don't know how legitimate this is now, but I guess we're going to see for ourselves. 10 PS3 games we can't wait to replay if the PS5 is backwards compatible. So, what is your game list? You have Dragonheart 3, okay. You have Folklore, okay. Heavenly Sword, a lot of RPGs. Infamous 2, you mentioned Infamous. Little Big Planet 2. I would love to play Little Big Planet. I've only played Sackboy. You have Metal Gear Solid 4, okay. You have Ratchet & Clank, A Crack in Time. I've always wanted to play this game, dude. I've always wanted to play it. I don't know why I have not played it yet. Resistance, Fall of Man, okay. You have Yakuza, and you have Twisted Metal. I mean, okay. I mean, glad that you have interesting games in that catalog. But to be fair, I will tell you guys now the games that I want to play on the PS5, like if the PS3 games are natively compatible. So we have Cars 2, the video game, of course, my childhood game. We have Toy Story 3, the video game, which is another great childhood game of mine. You have Disney Infinity. All three, I hope all three get in there. Because I've played 1 and 2, but I've never played 3. So that'll be like a brand new experience to have. We have, let's see, what other games we have. Hell, you know what? Let's make a good amount of Sonic games playable on this thing. Let's put Sonic 06, let's put Sonic Unleashed, let's put Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and then let's put All-Stars Racing Transformed in there. Let's have all those playable on there. And let's see, any other games that stick out to me? I think we have, I mean, I would say the Lego Movie video game, because I loved that game growing up, but that is also on PS4, and it can be purchased on the PS5 store already, so, yeah, not a big, like, issue there. Oh, I just thought of one. If you guys know the DreamWorks movie Turbo, hopefully you guys know it. I mean, I think it's a fine movie. I loved it growing up, but it's not like the best DreamWorks movie. It's kind of mid now, but I loved the video game. I hope I'm naming this correctly. I think it's Super Stunt Squad. Like, hopefully I have the name right, but I loved that game growing up. It's like I mix up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and with turbo characters. Snails doing tricks, boosting around. It's great fun. Hopefully, I used to have the disc for it, but I have it lost somewhere now, which is a damn shame. But yeah, I loved that game growing up. I used to put in a lot of cheat codes. Oh man, the memories are coming back to me with this. But yeah, those are a lot of games that I want to play on the PS5 if PS3 games are natively compatible. Let's hope that dream becomes a reality. Sony, you do what you gotta do. Please do it. I'm begging you, please. Give me my childhood back.